A little toy mop. It just throws wood at people.
God, is this going to replace Jiminy the cricket?
I mean, maybe. We're live, by the way. I felt like this was an imperative conversation to have about woodchucks in this campaign, you know. But hey, you know, we could talk about it. Also, hey, Kellis, you're playing tonight too, but in a non-stream game. Have fun. Hope you're having an amazing time. Before you leave to go and pay attention to your game, because clearly you're not listening to me while you're gaming at a table, I would love to know what you're playing at your session, because I'm just interested in it. We're about to start, so let me do my intro. You guys can actually stay here and like listen to how I prep for my intro. Okay, ready? So this is how I prep before I go to the start of a stream every single time. It's something like this. It's like this. Oh God! What was I doing last week? Schooly Eye, help! Okay. Alrighty then! Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome one and all. My name is Marco, I'm the Deadly Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, the 7 Dooms for Sandpoint, our titular adventure set on the Varisian coastline as a group of heroes attempt their darndest to prevent 7 Dooms from taking over their small, quaint hamlet known as Sandpoint. Joining me today are my wonderful and amazing Patreons who support the channel, keep the lights on, and allow us to do all these cool, crazy, and amazing things. Guys, say hello to the folks at home.
Hi, folks at home. The rest of you who aren't home, meh.
Yeah, if you're driving as well, keep both feet on the wheels. Okay, like, you know. I've had that happen. You know. Okay, on one of the games that we did for Reign of Winter, do you know Tim started playing while he was driving on the way home? I know he's got a hands-free kit because he's a very fancy man and he's got a very fancy car. But you know, I was like, Tim, are you driving? And he's like, no. Yeah. It happens. Yeah, I'm not gonna stop him. I'm live. I can't stop him. What am I gonna do? Jump out and go in my car, go find him and shake him? I mean, I would, but he lives very far away. Perth is actually a very big space there. Sorry, we're on a tangent. Perth is a very big, spacious area, right? Like, I could travel for the better part of like an hour and not go anywhere, okay? I was alarmed, Schooly Eye. I was alarmed when I went to Germany, a couple years back, and they were using towns as a unit of measurement. I was like, oh yeah, it's 2 towns over. I was like, 2 towns over. What the fuck is 2 towns over? How is 2 towns? What do you mean 2 towns? And they're like, oh yeah, 2 towns over. It's like, 10 minutes. The fuck you mean you clear a town in 5 minutes? I'm not off my driveway in 5 minutes. What the fuck are you talking about? Towns. Jesus,
because the suburbs around the cities are towns. The city's just grown so much. It is actually the next town over.
But that's what I'm saying. It's just nuts. It was crazy. It was a very, very, very illuminating thing. Anyway, I digress. Long story short, Tim lives far away, and it's hard to do shit. Yeah, if I had to say, to get to Tim's house, it would take me about an hour and a half to get to Tim's house. So by that stage, I figure he'd be home. All right. Anyway. We have some sponsors who apparently, support my channel, despite all of this, and we have people who make us look as good as we do, and allow us to have a bit of fun and enjoy these sessions. We have, of course, Hero Forge for the wonderful artwork you can see on screen here. All the character tokens are made using Hero Forge, and did you know that Hero Forge has an HD color print option now? I didn't fucking know that. No one told Daggerino. Apparently they did a thing, and then now it's even more detailed and stuff. So I've ordered in my very first mini with the high definition to see what it's going to be like. And if it's any good, I'm going to tell them, hey, give me money, and I will do an ad for them, because the last one that I did reviewing their products was quite a while ago, and it does well. I mean, it helps people like identify like what is going to be the difference between like if we get these products and stuff, and yeah, like I also like to push the limits, which I don't know if they like it if I do that, but I like doing it. So there's that as well. We have Sirenscape with the beautiful sound effects you'll hear throughout the course of the game, because every epic game deserves to sound epic as well. And we have, of course, Fantasy Grounds for our VTT of choice, which is working for everyone but Matt right now. So there you go. If you see Matt distracted on stream, it's not because his beautiful wife is distracting him with large, copious amounts of breakfast meat. It is because he is trying to get his character working. So there you go. Cool.
Happy.
Also, I have a favor to ask people. Now, this is something I want to ask people far and wide, anywhere you can get the word out, okay? Now, for those of you who don't know, PaizoCon is going to be in Queensland this year, and first of all, I think that's going to be amazing. And I have reached out multiple times in order to try and, secure an appearance, like get them to invite me over, just like kind of like so I can do the event and stuff like that. Now, even if you're not coming, even if you have no intention of flying all the way to Australia, it would mean the world to me if you could send messages, emails, post on socials, be like, hey, we would love to see Dag at PaizoCon this year, and tag them and tag me and do all the stuff, and get your friends to do it, get streamers who don't even know who the fuck I am to do it, everyone who can, because it would be awesome to be there. But obviously I have to take time off work and time off the streams and time off this, time off that. So, hey, if they can sponsor some of that levy, then that'd be amazing. That'd be great. But of course, no pressure if you don't want to as well. So there you go. That's it. Love you guys. Big loves. All right. But we're not running that far behind. We're running a little bit behind, teeny bit behind. So let me take a moment now to introduce to you the players of today's session. We have, of course, playing the role of Sindariel, the Sarenrae cleric, a person who has spent a great deal of time being a beacon of healing and redemption to many within the town of Sandpoint, and of course, a lifeline to the group that is currently traveling through the pit. We have Skuliai. Then, of course, taking on the role of the ingenuitive and incredulous Westinson, a former guard who has managed to slip back and forth from the path of sobriety quite frequently, especially after a very, very confronting visit to his past self, and has now rejoined our group of adventurers after a small retirement phase. We have the gunslinger dwarf Westinson, played by our amazing and talented friend, John, a.k.a. Avarian.
Hello.
Hello. Next up, hailing probably from the furthest location, now that Artemis is gone, is, of course, Sato, a Tianese warrior scholar who has hailed from the lands of Minkai in order to return to the town of Sandpoint, where his family has several properties and businesses that are currently being untended. This was, of course, because Amiko Kaijutsu, his distant cousin, had assumed the throne and become empress. So Sato was sent upon the Kaijutsu family's behalf to come and take care of affairs. But it is not just the family affairs which Sato has found himself taking care of. Ingratiated into a group that managed to help him along their way, Sato is delving into this pit of danger in order to try and rescue his saviors as an honorable man, trying to, of course, fulfill a debt of gratitude to them. This incredible character is played by the even more incredible Cookiemon Steve. Hello, Steve.
How's it going?
It's going well, thank you. Rejoy. I'm trying.
Has Matt managed to get in yet?
I don't know. I'm taking my time with this because I'm letting Matt take his time as well. I feel like he's doing a full reinstall at this point. Next up, we have taking on the role of the Goblin Archer Blix, a goblin who has very recently decided to not live in the big hole in the Devil's Plateau and instead to try his life in the big city, joining the town's Goblin Embassy. He is working hard to try and convince people that goblins have a place in society like everyone else does. And in order to do so, he's decided to join the heroes of Sandpoint on their quest to defeat these 7 dooms. Blix is played by the brilliant and masterful role player known as Neil from Immersion Diversion.
Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Thank you. Hi, you're awesome.
Aw. Did you like that I wasn't mean to you during the intro for once?
Yeah.
That's because I got no problem with Blix, because Blix doesn't lie to me.
Yes.
Yet.
Yeah. Yes.
And then, of course, last but not least, we have playing the role of Navander, the I want to call it regional captain. I want to give that title. The regional captain of the Sable Company Marines here in Sandpoint, a person who is a master of the land, sea, and sky atop his mighty hippogriff, and a person who has fallen in love and made a small home for themselves in the town of Sandpoint, but of course, with many struggles, most of which at the hands of goblins, an advocate for protecting the town, but a skeptic when it comes to whether goblins can become a part of the town and whether the ghost of Noalia, for whom the dooms were omened by, is truly an altruistic gesture, a very skeptical and very protective individual. We have Navander played by Matt from All Things Fantasy.
Good morning.
Hello. How are you?
Hello. Good. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. It sounds like your fantasy grounds might be working. No.
It might be. Just don't sneeze or I might mess it up.
Achoo!
Oh no!
Ah, poop.
I
Ah.
have to restart.
All of our
again.
faces
Oh,
become
wow.
all things.
You know what'd be really funny is, is if everyone else like kind of stopped working.
Oh no.
Exclusive or only either all of us or Matt can be there.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. It's not yes and, it's yes or. Okay.
Yes,
Now,
no.
before we kick off, we have one last person to thank, and that is, of course, our lovely audience members. Guys, thank you for being here and being a part of the show, enjoying all the cool, crazy, and fun things that we do, and just hanging out and having a great time. Oh, sorry, 1 second. I'm being messaged about bread balls.
Uh-oh.
No, we were talking. I was talking yesterday to
no,
someone.
right?
No, it's fine. I was talking yesterday. Actually, you know what? I'll ask this question of my group, and I'll ask it of the chat while I'm doing the donos. Write in chat. Right. What is a struggle meal that you have made for yourself? Okay, I want to know your struggle meals. Okay, I've had struggle meals. My struggle meal, okay, was instant noodles, right, between 2 slices of like dry white bread with like just the packet sort of dusted onto it. That was my, and a shot glass of Coke. That was my struggle meal. So tell me what your struggles meals were. That's, while I do this intro, because, I gotta spout all this stuff out. First of all, as thanks for you guys being here, you guys will earn channel points for watching the show. As you use those channel points in order to influence the game, you can do a whole bunch of cool stuff like inspiration, wandering bosses, divine intervention, divine healing, and insight bonuses in case you think my players are taking too long to figure stuff out. We then, of course, have our lovely and amazing donations, which help us with all of our survival checks for the month. The survival checks cover things like our subscriptions, our overheads that we need for the channel, and stuff like that. It's kind of the barest minimum that I need in order to keep the channel up and running and floating, as well as pay my mortgage so that I don't become a burden to my wife. We then, of course, have these donations, which allow us to give you guys a little bit more of a tangible reward for your kindness and donation. We have, for $5, our hero points and jinx points, which, of course, hero points are the red marks you can see on screen that can be used in order to allow players to avoid being knocked out. Or killed, position the DM for stuff that isn't in the rules, or roll with advantage. Jinx points can be used by me in order to counteract hero points, make bad guys roll with advantage, and complicate things ever so slightly. For $10, we have our narrative plot twist ropey random things that we do. We have a deck of plot twists which have a random narrative prompt, which I will then insert into the game. Or if you want to use that $10 for a draw on one of the many beautiful tables in the roll and playbook, we will throw a random encounter, random effect there. So we have that as well. We then have our $20 donation, which is the coveted golden natural 20, because sometimes shit just needs to work, and a nat 20 is how we make shit work, because it's a critical success, which means it's one step better than what they were doing previously. There you go. We then have our $50 donation, which is either a boss buff or a harrow draw. The boss buff is a massive boost to the enemy that the group is facing, making them faster, stronger, powerful, maybe change the parameters of victory, change the terrain, adding more hazards, adding more complications, whatever it is. It is a massive exponential boost forward. So there you go. Harrow draw. We have, of course, our infamous fortune-telling cards known as the Harrow. I will read out one of the Harrows. They will have a prophecy. If our heroes fulfill or fight against the prophecy of their own volition, they will get a magic item, a boon, and a secret fighting art gifted from the entity within. And lastly, we have the secret fighting art for today, which, of course, the secret fighting art for today is going to be for our Master Sato. Master Sato, I have a very special thing for... You know what? I have a very special thing for you, but then I have an upgrade. Okay, so here we go. So the special thing for Sato. Sato, you have been specializing in learning glasswork for quite some time. So I am going to give you a very unique ability. It is going to be called the Shattering Fist, a martial art ability that allows you to attack objects and ignore half your level of hardness on anything you strike with your unarmed strikes, or anything that would constitute your martial ability. So your kicks, your punches, whatever. So if you were to kick a door, for example, you would minus your level from its hardness, then carry on. I will have an upgrade to this. Now, Matt, I need you to stay calm for this one. After Sato's upgrade, if we get another $100 on that one, because we are getting closer to the end of the month, and I'm trying to amp things up a little bit. If we get another $100 from that, I will allow my players for this game and the following game after this game to use the free archetype rule for Pathfinder 2nd Edition, which I have protested. I have protested it, but this will be my trial to see if it's something that I would be comfortable with. Now, this isn't the only time I will offer that. I will let everyone know. You don't all have, people don't have to rush into the donations and stuff. As I always say, donate generously, but donate responsibly is always a big thing. There will be other opportunities where I will offer the free archetype thing, as well as for other tables as well. That will happen, but this is the first of them. And I wanted to, and the reason I wanted to offer this one first here is because Matt has been in very, what's the word? It's been a nice conversation to have about the topic, because I don't know enough about it. And I know for me, growing up with D&D 3.5 and stuff like that, I knew they had Gestalt, which was a very similar concept, where as a Gestalt, you would have multiple classes simultaneously and stuff. And I was never a fan. It fucked the scales of like the power curves and stuff like that. Did not add anything to the game. It just made all the power builders even more powerful, which honestly I didn't want to do because there was no need. Second edition Pathfinder, however, doesn't really play that way, so I'm willing to give it a go to see what would potentially happen. So that is why this is being offered. And yes, like I said, it will be offered more as well. So, and yes, that also includes the Starfinder guys as well. So, rest assured, we'll get there. All right. So there we go. That's the thing. Also, the first $100 is not a paywall for the thing. It's because it's because I have been planning to give Sato the secret menu item thing for some time, and I want to get through. I want to do that. I want to do that one. Okay, we good? We got there? Fantastic.
Yeah.
I think we're here. So, without any further ado, I need to share my audio, even though Schooly I told me so. I didn't listen to him because I told him I didn't like him. All right, there we go. All right, so without any further ado, we dive back into our adventures as our heroes are exploring the infamous pit at the Devil's Plateau in order to stop the 7 dooms of Sandpoint. Recently, our heroes found themselves on the 6th level, descending down past the rooms filled with fungal clouds that threaten to choke our heroes with vile and toxic spores as they travel through this part of the dungeon. But further up ahead, behind sealed steel and copper doors made of gears and mechanisms, our heroes managed to find a group of automated constructs which fought tooth and nail to prevent our heroes from ingressing further into the dungeon. After defeating them, they learned that a group of snake folk, known as the serpent folk, were working on salvaging, reclaiming, researching, hard to say, these robot pieces, and they were the ones who reactivated the robots that were here. A fight ensued as our heroes learned their nefarious purpose to basically bastardize and possibly doom Sandpoint with these mechanical marvels. Our heroes quickly sprung into action, slaying a few of these serpent folk, but not before one of them activated his secret weapon. Extra points if anyone can tell me what the line is for. We wish the weapon. No, anyone? I'm looking at you, Stephen Schooly Eye.
I
should
keep
know
thinking
it.
about Fudd.
Huh? What was that?
I keep thinking of Elmer Fudd.
No. Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
no.
CB Cat. CB Cat freaking got it. I can't believe that. And not only did you get that, you didn't reference the movie. You actually got the fucking thing. So that's well done. Freaking look at that. Aces.
Yeah, I could picture it. That was the bit that was annoying me.
Yeah, that's the problem is I can see it.
That's
and
true.
I
That's true.
can't.
Okay, tiny bit of a story time. I had a friend of mine, right? And we were really close during acting and stuff like that. And she was younger than me, like 22, 23, very very young. And I'm in my 40s, and that nothing between us, just like there. Anyway, for Christmas, I ended up going and visiting her family and met her mom and stuff. And family is Jewish and stuff like that. And one of the things apparently mom did was she would constantly be like, she would just say like these offhanded comments. And one of the offhanded comments was, "There's no cats in America." And I was like, and I started singing like a fucking idiot. "There's no cats in America." And then, the look that mom gave me, because she thought I was like 20 some bullshit, like, obviously her daughter. And then we realized that me and her mom are the same age. And I was like, God fucking damn it. It was just it's a very fun moment. But yeah, anyway, there you go. Cool. Fuck, I forgot what I was doing. We're fighting a thing. Yeah, so they've released their secret weapon, and we're gonna fight it. That's what we're gonna do. Let's see, where is it? Whispers in the Dark. No, that's not it. There we go. Giant robot. You're not gonna give me the giant robot? Heck yeah. And let's get some combat music going. That's not combat music. Give me some combat music. Oh, yes, please. That's the one. All right. Now we're swinging. So, back into initiative. The serpent folk, as he pushes his little immobilizer, suddenly causes the table to shift and twist as this large clockwork mechanism rises up. And it looks as though parts of the mechanisms have been used in order to create what looks to be a large clockwork rattlesnake. The tail rattles and hisses as you see these like sort of gears and tractor bits sort of like start pulling into its mouth as it hisses at you menacingly. All right. Unfortunately, that is all it can do this turn. Navander, we go to you.
I know exactly what to do in this situation. I'm gonna throw a bottle lightning at the rattlesnake. And then it's gonna take out his bottle lightning, give it a bit of a shake, throw it.
It says fragile, careful, do not shake under any circumstance.
I was gonna make that joke.
Weston says hitting the floor.
I'm just gonna use a ranged attack, if that's all right.
That is perfectly fine.
And then am I able to use my hero point to re-roll that, please?
Yeah, I don't see why not. All right, here, point it away, baby.
Thank you. That's slightly better.
Nice. All right, your bottled lightning flies through the air, shattering upon the body of the clockwork serpent. The liquid flows over it, and as it does, the static charge from the rest of the surround start to pull in, and bam, start to electrify the body of the snake. How much damage does this do?
This will do 2d6 points of damage, electricity damage, with an extra 2 splash damage, electricity.
Right, roll it in. That's roll your damage, and then I will also do 2 electric damage on top of it.
Very good. So wait, no, that was wrong. So it'll do 8 points of. I'll try rolling that on them. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I got it. So that's 10
Good.
points of damage in total, which goes up to 20 because you ascertained correctly. It is weak to electric damage.
Fantastic.
All right.
Nice.
So that's your one action for your bomb.
No, 2 actions. I gotta take the bomb out and then.
I do not subscribe to such bullshit. If it is a consumable item, drawing it will not take an action because they're not that powerful, man.
Oh, okay.
That's just how I feel. It's how I feel. It's my homebrew, right? Like, here's the thing. If you are taking out a stowed weapon, that's a whole other different matter, right? Like, you have to unsheath it and all the other stuff. If you're just using a bottle and going clunk, glug, just take the thing. Like, even if it's a potion with a spell in it, keeping in mind, you've paid money that you will not get back for that consumable item. So just, drink the thing. You're fine. Yeah. That's my 2 cents on it. I might be wrong, but that's the nicest I'm going to be about it. All right.
Very well. He's gonna call out, "Lightning does good work on that snake," and then I'm gonna shoot the snake man with the bow. There we go. 25 will hit.
Okay, that will hit.